Yo, what's up, guys? This is Why Not Be Reckless, aka Why Not Be Caster, one of the HCS commentators, and we have another HCS report for you, where today we're talking about Rostermania getting real. So in case you guys were sleeping under a rock, literally just on Twitter, Optic announcing that APG no longer with the roster. I know a lot of you probably weren't really surprised to hear about this. You know, to be honest with you, APG did a stream yesterday. He talked about that he wasn't really surprised. He kind of felt it all in the air, and he actually said there's something that happened outside of the team that it kind of gave him a little bit of a hint that maybe he wasn't in Optic's future plans. But either way, Optic tweeting out to a world champion, a legend, a pure gangster: "You will always be a part of the Green Wall, and we couldn't thank you more for how you represented Optic. Best of luck future." And posted this amazing graphic, I will say. And yeah, I mean, I talk about it time and time again. Since APG has joined Optic, and mind you, this is navigating through the weeds, you know, going through the fact that he's been getting a lot of undeserved hate every time he picks up the controller. The man, since joining Optic here in Halo Infinite, is not only a 3P champion, but also a world champion, and plenty of more accolades being added to that. Sadly, obviously, it does come to an end, but fresh off of a second place finish in the Halo World Championship, which, by the way, they made it into the grand finals through the winners bracket and beat the very team that did beat them in the winner's side. Still a second place finish in the Halo World Championship, and sadly, APG looking for a new home. And he put out a stream literally just yesterday, and he kind of talked about a lot of different things, a lot of different rumors that were going on. Number one, he talked about the rumors about him retiring, and he addressed that, and he said although he has plans for retirement, he said as far as going into season 3, he does want to compete. Now, there were kind of two caveats to that, two rules to that. Number one, he wanted to make sure that he wasn't going to be dropping down to, like, you know, a top 12 or top 16 team. He wants to be on a legitimate contender. That was number one. And then number two, he also has some big plans for when he goes into retirement and when going further into life. The man literally just bought a home not too long ago, so he did talk about the money having to be right. And considering the fact that he is, again, a world champion, I would not be surprised if whatever team that wants to go after his services may have to put up a little bit of money in order to do so. But now the question becomes, you know, where does APG end up going from here? You know, there was apparently a situation that went on while he was in Japan, and he kind of talked about that during yesterday, how there was maybe an organization or two that were inquiring about APG, and there was some other players that were saying that he wouldn't be interested in joining them, and without consulting him. And he kind of found that to be disrespectful. He talked about that. He talked about that a little bit on his stream, that, you know, other players kind of putting words in his mouth without even talking to him, actually saying that he never talked to him at all, and he would appreciate if, you know, if people would stop doing that. Again, I'm trying to be as nice as possible about it. I will say he had some words going out there, but by the way, didn't name any names in specific about who he was talking about, but that was about his tweet going on to Japan saying, "Hey, look, stop lying on his name. He's not even in the same country as y'all right now. Y'all didn't even talk to him, so don't talk about him." Pretty much is where he was at literally just yesterday. Either way, like I said, the main question now becomes, you know, where does APG end up going? We talk about the fact that there's multiple teams as of right now that have holes within their roster. Obviously, number one, Space Station Gaming letting go of Penguin, or separating with Penguin. From what we hear, as SSG, they have a lot of different options they can go. Obviously, you know, Sentinels, they said that they were going to stay as a full unit, but after a crazy Rostermania, maybe things end up changing as far as that. And then obviously you drop down to teams like Native Red, Shopify Rebellions. You know, obviously we talked about the possibility of Renegades reuniting as Neptune announcing that he's coming back from Call of Duty over to Halo, We have no idea what's happened with Native White and McWin. So Penguin available. APG was a part of that, one of those Renegades rosters as far as iteration of that. Who knows, maybe something like that can come in out of nowhere. I would not be surprised. But either way, I promise you, I said it before and I'll say it again. APG, again, throughout all the noise, really paved the way and showed us what it truly is like to be a professional in esports, and especially within Halo esports. Anybody who's looking to break into that scene, I will say, hey, watch what APG was doing and try to act accordingly, because there was a lot of stuff going on where he could have acted besides himself and maybe got himself in trouble, but he always navigated the jungle. I'll say, like a professional. So good luck to the man, the professional, and the world champion on your next journey. You know, we are all rooting. Either way, next up, got to talk about the fact that Complexity also announced that they're going to be releasing 2 of their players in Tusk and King Nick. And I will say this actually caught me by surprise as well, because I feel like Number one, although Complexity did drop down to top 12 in the Halo World Championship, I did still feel like the team was starting to catch their stride a little bit, and we know how much of studs that both Tusk and King Nick were back in Halo 5 when it was a single fire weapon. Obviously going to Halo 3 HCS, we're going back to Bandits, and that's also a single fire weapon. So it's any time to bet high on players, it would be Tusk and King Nick. So I know for a fact that both of these players are going to be highly sought after throughout free agency. Again, been there, done that with a single fire weapon. They've also been there and done that in Halo Infinite and have been damn good. And actually, I will say that I've matched against King Nick, I think it was 3 times in a row. And I kid you not, this man averaged 40 kills and carried the hell out of me. Forget carry, he dragged the hell out of me. Man, King Nick, he was doing this thing, and I went to his stream. Afterwards. I said, "Hey, look, thanks for the carries. You the real deal." And he said, "Hey, look, single fire weapons are back. That means so am I." So he's definitely feeling really comfortable in the new meta. And I'll say, watch out for both King Nick and Tusk and find out where they land. Because if you're trying to make a complete roster that's gonna legitimately contend for top 8 or above, I think you might want to be looking at both Tusk and King Nick either as a duo or separate. Regardless, they have a bright future in the league, so watch out for them. And finally, because I think Collector's in the live. By the way, we're recording this live right now, both on Twitch and YouTube, actually even on Kick and Twitter as well, recording this live. This will be edited and put onto the YouTube. And I think Collector's in the channel right now. And I'm going to tell you right now, Collect, you, SSG, and McWin, I'm tired of y'all. I promise you, I'm tired of y'all. I'm going to go through the timeline of this, but I believe I am being trolled, and I'm being trolled big time by these, and I feel specifically targeted by these hooligans. I'm gonna call them. So first of all, SSG alone tweeting the Neptune planet, that was kind of the start of it. Because again, you try to bring me that way, and it worked. It crossed my mind for a little bit. Then started McWin tweeting out this cowboy emoji. By the way, Collect tweeted out the same thing, but eventually he did end up deleting it. And when I looked at that, I said, okay, well, that could be one of 2 things. Either, again, bringing back the old Renegades roster together, APG, Penguin, Neptune, they're all available. Does that mean he's bringing back the old Renegades roster? But then I also remember that this emoji came out a little bit after the Complexity releasing. So Complexity, the Cowboys partnered with Complexity, one of the parent companies. I can imagine there's something there. Maybe we're going and I'm sitting there and they playing with me. Cause I'm okay. Well, let's keep that in the back pocket. But if he is going to Complexity, why would it make sense for Deranged Native, the owner of Native Game, or the owner and CEO, I apologize, of Native Gaming, then Deranged Native say, "Hey, I McWin, this is a fire song, huh? Renegades are okay. Well, you know what? Let's take out the Complexity side of things, because then if he's saying Renegades is a fire song, again, he's hinting at maybe bringing the old crew together. So McWin is already signed to the Native roster. he already made the captain of Native White. Why not bring in either an APG, a Penguin, a Neptune, and maybe keep it collect on there and make it a new type of Renegades, except sign with Native. Maybe it's Native Renegades. I don't freaking know. But then I keep scrolling, and this kind of added to that. Hoaxer yelling at the artist formerly known as Penguin, now Dead Zone. I apologize for not pronouncing his new gamer tag properly. It's gonna take me a little bit of time. But either way, Hoaxer yelling at Penguin here. So it's like, well, Hoaxer's currently the coach of Native White. Again, bringing Penguin. So this makes sense. And then this mother lover tweets out Utah is insane. Well, hold on. I'm recording a video. If he's gonna be staying over with Native and making this new Renegades type of roster, why would he be tweeting the Utah beautiful mountains, by the way? I was actually out there during the SSG snowdown and it looked just like this, so it was beautiful. Why would he be tweeting about Utah? Because we know Space Station Gaming is over Utah because he's playing with me and he's not done. Where is it? I got one more for it. Then he's gonna be out here and he's gonna say, join Space Station Gaming, and I thought he was being legit, and so I realized that he quote tweeted a freaking tweet back in 2022. They playing with me, and I don't appreciate. Nah, I'm not gonna lie, I do appreciate it. If we in the middle of Rostermania, why not fuel the fire? Why not troll a little bit? We already know right now that both Collect and SSG are the ultimate trolls. McQuinn, I didn't know you were a part of it, and the Rage Native, you too, and all of you, you're pissing me off, but I'm still here for it, ladies and gentlemen. That's your HCS report. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Again, a lot of things we covered: Optic gaming, complexity, and the greatest trolls that we've seen in esports history. Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you interact with the video. If you like, subscribe, or comment fresh off of watching the videos, it's going to help the YouTube algorithm push it out to more people that may be interested in this type of content. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.